A family is vacationing on their yacht in the Caribbean. Mother Julia jumps into the water for a swim. While relaxing, she feels something strange, but because she can't see anything around her, she thinks it might be hallucinations. A few seconds later, the same strange feeling recurs. This time she can't see anything, but now she panics and starts swimming toward the yacht. Suddenly, someone pulls her leg and she screams for help. Her daughter Cassie is listening to music with headphones, so she can't hear anything. Husband Tom and son Ben are busy fishing. Julia tries to stay above water, but the water in her mouth makes it difficult to scream. After a while, Tom realizes he hasn't seen Julia in a while. He searches for her on the yacht and then sees his wife in danger. He calls the children, takes the yacht to the side, jumps into the water, quickly reaches Julia, holds her and swims toward the yacht. The children pull them both up. The family takes care of Julia, but Julia convinces herself that it might have been the waves. That night, everyone celebrates Ben's birthday. Cassie receives a call from her boyfriend, so she takes her laptop and goes outside. In a video call, her boyfriend shows that huge dark clouds have gathered over the city. The call glitches and freezes. Cassie goes to tell the family about this, but Tom suggests that the signal is weak because they are far from land. Just then, everyone hears a sound. They all go outside and see a school of whales passing by. Tom explains that whales always follow the Earth's magnetic field. But when a storm comes, they get confused. Suddenly, the yawl shakes violently and Ben falls. Tom worries that the yawl might be damaged, so he dives down to check. After a while, he returns to the surface, but he has a large wound on his shoulder. Julia immediately stitches his wound. Tom explains that underwater, he felt as if a large creature was behind him, but when he turned around, he saw a cut from the propeller. He says that whatever it was very large. Tom sees extensive damage to the yacht, so they have to call for help. Julia repeatedly tries to radio. Cassie searches for a signal on her phone, but nothing works. Then Cassie sees a strange creature and screams. But it's just Ben wearing a mask and playing a prank. After a while, the yacht completely shuts down and is stranded in the middle of the ocean. Julia hears a voice on the radio, but the sound is so distorted that she can't understand anything. Tom tells the family that they only have 4 days of food and water left and they must wait for a fishing boat. Suddenly, something is detected on the radar, and the family hears a strange sound. Everyone rushes out and watches in amazement as numerous meteorites fall to the ground. Wherever meteorites fall, there are huge explosions. When one meteorite lands in the water near them, Tom immediately tries to start the yard. The engine barely runs, but then another meteorite hits the area. The family clings tightly to each other in fear. Then Tom realizes that the fireballs falling aren't meteorites, but satellites. Just then, Ben notices smoke coming from the yard. Tom checks and confirms that the engine has failed. The wind begins to pick up, so the family hides inside the yard. Without noticing that the compass is spinning very fast, the yard begins to shake violently. Ben falls again, this time getting hurt. Waves are crashing against the yard. Tom struggles out and retrieves life jackets. Just then, the power goes out. Tom immediately presses the power box button and the lights come back on. At that moment, Ben notices Julia's nose bleeding. Julia begins to feel dizzy, while Cassie goes to the sink and vomits. Tom keeps trying the radio but can't find a signal. Suddenly, a loud, high-pitched noise comes and the wind becomes even stronger. Julia tries to close the doors, but a hatch opens, and the wind begins to break the windows. Tom lights a flare and darkness falls shortly after. The next morning, the family wakes up in shock, convinced they've survived the storm. But the yacht is half destroyed. When they emerge, they see the seawater has disappeared, and the yacht is now stuck on land. Everyone is shocked. Cassie checks the signal, but the network is completely down. Ben starts playing with 2 dead crabs. Tom checks the compass and sees that it's upside down. This last happened 700,000 years ago. Cassie thinks her boyfriend must be dead and breaks down. When Julia comes to explain, Cassie brushes her off and goes into hiding. Julia and Tom look at the remaining supplies. Ben ties his birthday balloons to a rock in case any remaining survivors see them. Tom tries the radio again, this time connecting with a man named Now, a submarine captain. His submarine is also stuck on land. He confirms that the magnetic poles have reversed, causing the ocean to retreat and the land to submerge. He says he hasn't seen any more survivors yet, and that communication systems are completely down. Majid also says that the poles will reverse again, and the ocean will likely recede within a week. He warns the family to get as high as possible, as it will be very dangerous when the water returns. He says his partner died in the crash, and the submarine only has room for 3 people. Julia and Tom ask him to please save their children. He gives them his coordinates. Tom calculates that it will take 2 or 3 days to reach the submarine. He tells the family to rest well tonight. They'll leave tomorrow morning. The next morning, the family is packing when Tom sees something moving nearby. It's a lame man holding a harpoon and a dog barking incessantly. Tom approaches him and offers him a bottle of water, but the man speaks in a language Tom cannot understand. After drinking the water, the stranger suddenly smashes the bottle over Tom's head and kicks him hard in the face. Julia runs in fear, but it is too late. The harpoon pierces Tom's stomach. Tom writhes in agony for a moment, then the man slits his neck. Then the man runs after Julia and throws the harpoon at her, injuring her shoulder. Julia, in pain, runs inside the yacht and tells the children to hide. She locks the door. Cassie and Ben hide under the sofa. Julia hands them the flare gun and takes a knife and hides in the bathroom. The man pounded on the door and finally got in. First, he grabbed some food and then rummaged around in the yacht. Then he headed for the bathroom. But Julia wisely escaped through a small hole. The man thought Julia had escaped, but as she slowly made her way out, his dog spotted her and started barking. The dog lunged at her, so Julia stabbed it to death. Hearing the dog's cries, the man comes out and is enraged to see his dog's dead body. Meanwhile, Julia tries to get inside from the other side of the yard. She climbs up and tries to enter through the broken window. But the man is already there. He grabs her and punches her hard, causing her to fall down. Julia tries to escape by holding on to furniture. She does, but the man kicks her away. Then he steps on her wrist, forcing her to drop the knife. Then, grabbing her by the hair, he slams her face into the ground, throws her onto the couch and begins choking her. The children witness all this. Cassie rushes out and fires a flare gun, which hits the man. He catches fire, setting the yacht ablaze. The children immediately run away, but Julia returns, kicks him, knocks him out. She picks up the map and bag and flees. Ben and Cassie run to their father and cry. Julia sits with him, and together, they say a tearful goodbye to Tom. Just then, the scary man emerges from the yacht again, and the family begins to flee. Moments later, the yacht explodes with a loud bang.